Hello and welcome to Sacred State Oracle. I'm doing weekly pick a card general readings to receive intuitive messages for you. Feel free to pause the video to tune in and see which card calls to you. It's a general reading, so take what resonates. And remember, no card reading should dictate your life. Always trust your own intuition and use common sense. If you find these readings helpful, feel free to like the video, subscribe, and click the bell so you'll know when a new one is up. Your support means a lot and helps the space grow. With that being said, I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive in. Hello, deck number one. Welcome to this week Pick a Card general reading. I'm here to deliver any messages from Spirit that are going to show up through. We had 3 cards. This is for the card number 1. If you chose this card, these messages are for you. Sometimes we are drawn to a few different cards, so it's okay to watch a different one as well. This week, the question that I was meditating on is honestly, it's just what kind of energies surrounding you this week, what kind of trouble. I don't know why the word trouble came through my meditation. What trouble are you in right now? And what can you do about it? So with that being said, let's just dive in and see what those cards are going to reveal and what kind of messages are going to come through. Okay, deck number 1, you've got it's time to take action, new moon in Aries card. And because it was in reverse, I think the trouble you're facing right now, dear deck number 1, is that you are postponing any actions. You're hiding away and ignoring what needs to be taken care of. And I feel that you know exactly what I'm talking about, but for different reasons, because this is a general reading, you do not wish to face it, and that's okay. But it looks like the cards right now are urging you to face it and take care of it. Actual actions, actual steps to remedy whatever it might be, whatever trouble. Just because you're hiding from it doesn't mean it's going to solve itself. I do believe there are situations in life where we are meddling too much, and it helps to step away and let that settle so we can see more clearly when we try to control too much. But in this reading right now for you, deck number 1, is that I feel strongly that that's not the case for you. That is actually something that you need to be taken care of by taking action. Whatever it is you're dealing with this week, do not wait any longer, no matter how hard you perceive it to be. It's time to, it's just time to take care of it. Face it. Face it. Nothing's going to change you. It's time to take care of that. Yeah, that's the strong message that I'm getting from this card for you, deck number 1. I'm trying to sit with it and see what else might show up for you. And I do not know why for some of you I am getting a specific message of paying attention to the butterflies. So hopefully it resonates with someone who is watching this. Don't be stubborn. So for some of you, it's not that you are afraid of taking action, you're just being stubborn about it. You're trying to perhaps prove, to someone else that you're right, that your ways are right. I feel a little bit of an ego entanglement in this, where you are being stubborn for just the sake of being stubborn and proving someone you're right. You might be right, but it doesn't need to be proven necessarily. That's the ego is trying to play its role in things. I also feel for some of you deep rethinking, recalculating, changing plans, and perhaps doing that. The results are going to come through it is that you have to take a different action that you maybe even plan. So for some of you that weren't avoiding taking action and want to take actions, the message is to rethink it. Sit with it and see what kind of alternative, perhaps alternative plan might show up for you. Listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, and then take actions accordingly to it. And oftentimes our intuition is not logical. So it takes time, it takes training, it takes trust to utilize it and not allow the logical mind, our left hemisphere, to step in and be like, no, this is not according to this rule. This is not according to how things play out. But if your heart and in your intuition show up and you can hear it and you can feel it, then give it a try. Okay, deck number one. Let's see what else is happening for you. What can you do with it? What can benefit you? I'm looking at my other decks here to see what spirit nudged me to use. And I'm drawn to the same deck, so I'm gonna do that. All right, deck number one. What else? What else is happening for you? What trouble are you in? Or what can you do about it? A new start is coming. Okay, a new start is coming for you. And you might miss that opportunity is what I feel right now. You might miss that opportunity because you're being too stubborn. You're being too stubborn about some situation or too fearful to take actions. And that actions is needed to remove, I feel like energetically remove something out of your life, maybe physically too, so that the new things can come in. I feel that energetically, every one of us can hold only so much, and everyone's different. Some can handle or hold energetically more things, and some a little bit less, and some like huge amounts of it. But it's in a sense limited. It's like you have this pot or box and you can only fill it with so much before you have to take some things out, so there is room for more, or you need to grow energetically, get that bigger box so more things can fit in there. Does that make sense? I hope it does make sense. And I feel because you are struggling and in trouble in certain situation that requires action, this new one, the new thing, whatever it might be for you, cannot enter because like literally there's no space. There's no space for it. And I am picking up on the fear for some of you. There is this fear, anxiety of change, which is, it's natural. I feel like humans, most of us, we when things get stable, we like it. We don't want anything to change. And like recently, my landlord informed me that my roommate is moving out, so I will probably need to move as well and find a new place to stay. And at first I was like, oh no, oh my gosh, what, right now? Where I just felt like finally things evening out for me and my kid, and now I need to go look for a new place. Panic, and then it turned into more of a curiosity and excitement, how it's going to change, what kind of adventure this is going to be, and things like that. So I totally can relate to have, a bit of the fear of change and the need to take action. But deck number one, I feel strongly that if you do not take it, the thing you want, the new thing that could potentially come into your life is going to get postponed again. And yep, I'm going to use this next deck. What else deck number one needs to know, or card number one needs to know about their situation, spirit? Oh, look at these animals. And animals been coming a lot lately. I feel there's something happening with animals and their energies, and not for everyone. They are physical forms of animals, although we of course love our companions around us. Some are spirit animals that you can call in a different times of need. If you research spiritual meaning of animals, you can call on their medicine. It could be overcoming the difficulties and challenges. It could be seeing beyond what's showing up. It could be having strength and confidence. It could be like all anything you really need, you can ask from our spirit animal allies to aid you, because there's so many things happening on the in the spirit world that we do not see. So many things happening on the energy level that, again, not all of us can perceive and see. But let's see what else is coming through for you. I love that. I love that they come through. And for some of you, I just heard that you are an advocate for animals. So some of you who are watching this, somehow you contribute to the safety, rescue, recovery for our for fear, no, furry, forgot the word, uh, for the animals with hair, basically. uh, you are, yeah, you are some in some form or shape advocate for them. Perhaps you're working in a shelter, or perhaps you are contributing your time for organization that supports wildlife rehabilitation of the animals. Again, I can't say that word, so just have to hang with me. Horse rescues, horse is really pulling me in. So there's, you might be working and volunteering, maybe not working, but maybe also volunteering at the horse rescue at your local one, and helping those animals in need. And it's kind of goes both ways. Like, as you, oh, okay, so there is an invitation. If you were doing something in the past like that, it is, or it would be beneficial for you to find some time to go back to it, because that's where your soul resets. That's where you do this exchange of energy too with the animals, and they way they affect you, you might not even understand it, besides the fact that you notice the difference in your mental state and your spirits generally uplifted after you spend the time with them. So for some of you, if you stepped away from it but you remember enjoying it, this is an invitation for you to come back into that role. And because I feel that when you help them, you receive either energy healing from them, you receive that stability, in a sense of like the mental calms down, the nervous system calms down, and you just leave the place more grounded, more like centered. Um, some of you are artists that love painting the animals, so that invitation of going back to painting the animals. Yeah, interesting. And then, of course, I feel like thanking you, those people who do support our little and large creatures that share this planet with us, the wildlife, the domesticated life, all the companions we have. Yeah, it's interesting that this card came through too. All right, deck number 3, that, oh, I'm sorry, 3, no, deck number 1. But maybe you were drawn to watch a card number 3. But this is all I have for you for the week ahead. It's time to take action so that new start can come back. And then there is something for you to do with animal world or spirit animal world. And maybe it's invitation to explore the spirit animal world, or perhaps you were considering shamanic training and shamanic pathways, shamanic journeying and things like that, or maybe returning to a shelter where you volunteered before. Anyways, I wish you an amazing week ahead, and we'll talk soon. Take care. Hello, deck number 2, and welcome to this week Pick a Card general reading, where I connect to the spirit and bring messages for you based on the cards I receive, based on the messages I receive. And I am so happy you're joining me today. So when I meditated before this reading, asking spirit, what do people need to hear, right? What do we need to focus on? And interestingly enough, it was all about the energies right now, but it almost not almost. The specific word that came was trouble. What kind of trouble you are right now, and what do you need to do to even things out, right? To solve it, whatever that might be for you. So deck number 2, let's just flip this card and start this reading and see what it's gonna reveal for you. All right, prosperity lies ahead. Doesn't seem like trouble. Seems like good things. New moon in Taurus. Okay, let's see what we have here. And right away, as I tune in, my whole body got heavy, heavy with responsibilities, heavy with the weight you took on yourself. I feel for you, deck number 2, is that your trouble right now is financial responsibilities. So you might be a main breadwinner for the family. You might be the president of organization where you felt responsible for people who work for you. Yeah, the owner of a business where you have many people depending on success of your business because that's where their um, paychecks coming from. And it is right now or this week or recently, the energy of it is a bit heavy. Again, as I said, you feel responsible that you need to take care of those people, or if it's just you working and you're the only breadwinner currently, it's starting to weigh down on you. Maybe your partner is going through uh, career changes, they're looking for a job and they don't have one right now, so you're the main response, like you're the only one who is bringing income right now. It could be getting a bit challenging because maybe it's been going on for you for a few months, right? Sometimes it's not super easy to find a job, and so I feel financial struggles are what are, how to say it, the trouble that you're going through right this moment. Although also I want to say that their prosperity does lie ahead on this card. What it says. I do read intuitively, so for I feel predominant message though it is there is some kind of struggle financially, um, and it might take a while to balance it up. It might take it a while for it to change. But I want to pull other cards to see what advice we might receive for you that perhaps going to help you to shift that energy, because I felt the most of the things that I receive right now, it is a little bit heavy and challenging. What else? Yeah, it's almost like you're standing in a solitary energy of you holding that world up on your shoulders, like that figure that holds the world on their back, on their shoulders. And after a while, I got tired. It got heavy. It got a bit too much for you, but you cannot put it down. It reminds me of a movie. What's the name of it? Encanto, right? Where the sister of the main character was the strong one of a family. She was the older sister, older sibling, and everyone believed she was just this bulletproof, strong character, while she is crumbling under pressure. And it was taking her like every beat of her being to be put together and not just crumble and fall apart. So that kind of how I feel about you, deck number 2, and those who are watching. Let's see what else gonna show up for you, deck number 2. I've been messing with the numbers, who it is for. All right, deck number 2 or card number 2, whatever. What else Spirit wants you to know during this time, during this week? Other energies, troubles surround you. Cosmic womb, the divine feminine. The reason why you might be struggling with finances right now is because your your feminine and masculine energies a bit are imbalanced. Masculine is taking over. Masculine is all about those actions. But if you do not have balanced feminine, which is about receiving, then it would get much harder for you, because you can go after something and work hard and hustle, but there are going to be little changes because you're not creating enough energetically room to receive. Even a quick meditation where you spend 5-10 minutes sitting and just, calming that chatter in your head and opening, and feel like you're opening so that you can receive what is meant for you, what is coming, without the pressure, but the trust, but just growing energetically, that more things can come to you. That's feminine, that opening up, right? To receive. And there is a lot that can come, but because I feel for some of you it's a bit imbalanced, that's why you're struggling, you're stepping too much into that. I gotta do it. I gotta make it happen. I have to just do more, do more, do more. But by doing more, again, the masculine energies overpower the feminine, and then there's no, energetically speaking, no room for things to come because you're not receiving it. I hope that makes sense for you. There is also money wounds for some of you where they haven't been addressed yet, they haven't been healed yet, and that's okay. No, we all have, we all are healing through something, right? And it has a lot to do with what happened when you were, even for some of you, I just heard you were in the womb, but you felt that scarcity in your family. There is self-worth. There is like this need of stepping in and being that person that provides, because you felt from early on, if not you, who's going to do that. You were kind of forced into that position to take care of maybe your family members. Not even financially, you could have taken care of them early on with like responsibility of like watching, babysitting, making sure your siblings are fed. Maybe your caretakers, one of them were sick, maybe they were um, not not very responsible responsible, yeah, that's the word. Either way, it could be a lot of different things, because this is a general reading, so many of you could have different reasons and different wounds, but it feels money, the womb part of it. So not only the feminine energies of it, because womb is the creation, womb is where we have a lot of emotions stored too in our sacral chakra. Yeah, there is some kind of disconnect. And again, like I feel for a lot of you, it's different. But as I said, the meditation could be for you opening up and receiving, and also imagining that you are taken care of and safe in a cosmic womb. If you want to imagine white lights around you and you being this beautiful self inside of it, protected and filled with whatever you need to feel completely at peace and okay, and like you don't have to hustle and put so much into every day's grind. Like more and more you can tap into that energy and open up to receive. I feel that will help you shift the financial struggle. I also just heard you overthink too much. You cannot predict every turn of your life. You can't predict it financially, you cannot predict it from other places, but I'm not saying it's not good to plan and budget, and all those are very helpful. But a lot of your energy could be put into something that maybe not necessarily 100% benefiting you. So yeah, quiet your mind. I heard quiet your mind. Deck number 2, find that time to meditate. What else deck number 2 needs to know, Spirit? Cleansing and clearing. So whatever modality resonates with you for cleansing and clearing of your aura and your energy field would be beneficial for you too. What other advice can they receive, Spirit? Huh? Isn't that funny? Professional assistance. Ooh, major goosebumps. Oh my gosh, my whole body just got covered in goosebumps. I can't even, it's too ticklish and weird. Okay, whew. Okay, come through. It may be time to seek wise counsel. This could be in any life area, from legal or financial advice to more personal needs such as counseling or therapy. So remember how I said a lot of your financial struggles, like right away, the solution for you, deck number 2 for this week, is seek professional help in the area. So whatever it might be, but I feel strongly it tied to finance, is go and find that professional that can give you advice, that can give you direction, because you might not have the whole knowledge that this professional can have, right? You might not even see the way out because you don't know it exists. But someone who has, who does it for a living, who knows a lot of loops and things, can advise you, and it would be worth your time to go and seek someone. And then if you are dealing with feelings of unworthiness and some kind of trauma, the wounds relating to money or whatever that might be, and you need assistance, you can go and look for professional assistance, as this card suggests, counseling or therapy, to figure out maybe why is this things happening, and what things play a role in the situation you're in. But for majority of you, I feel like it's not necessarily counseling. It is legal financial advising. It is something to do with finances. It is something to do with, maybe you need to refinance your house. Maybe whatever it might be in the area, in your life areas. Seek someone who has that knowledge and can guide you. Okay, so I'm gonna conclude with that. It's so, I don't know, it still catch me off guard that the cards come through with such a confirmation, because we talked about finances like right off the bat, and then you get professional assistance. So I'm going to leave you, deck number 2, with this message. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I wish you an amazing week ahead, and we'll talk soon. Hello, deck number 3. Welcome to this week. Pick a card general reading. If you chose card number 3, those messages are for you. When I was meditating prior to this reading, the question that came through was, what kind of trouble are you in right now? What are you struggling with, and how, maybe what's the best way to overcome a challenge? But the trouble was the strong word that was very distinct that came through. So deck number 3, we're going to be talking about that. Just finished first and second reading for first and second card or decks, and now it's your turn. So let's see where you are for this week, and what your current energies are. We'll go from there. Okay, deck number 3, you got, it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Okay. So the things you're struggling with this week, deck number 3, is the negative thinking, negative beliefs, negative reaction to your life events, being in this atmosphere of giving up, or almost like closing the door and not allowing anything positive even come in. Seeing things through, like when you hear and see things, it affects you so that it's hard for you to even consider um, that at the same time there might be better things happening, and they might be happening in front of you, but you won't be seeing them because your mind preoccupied with, it's almost like you added that filter, not on purpose. I'm not saying that you just, you know, woke up and chose to be negative, right? That's not how it works. But the way I feel it is that it's almost like added filter just to make my point, where you only currently seeing through it, and it's hard and really hard for you currently. And I don't blame you because things are crazy out there these days. um, to see, to believe in anything good, to believe in humanity, to believe in justice, to believe that good people deserve good things, right? uh, but it still affects our thinking. Not only psychologically affects the actions we take, it also affects chemically our body. So if we are tend to see things from negative, we are creating chemicals in our bodies that associated with negative emotions, whatever those negative emotions you might be experiencing. It could be, more of the anger respond. um, it could be more of the, getting into depression. um, so whatever that heavier energies, right, that thinking affects not only your body and mental being, it also energetically slows down your life force that flows through your body. uh, and there's an invitation for you to start climbing spirally up, little by little out of that thinking, and see how you can navigate through life and current events for this week, for next week, the months ahead, with a more positive spin. Because, and when I say positive spin, I'm not inviting you to bypass heavy and hard stuff, but it's the way to cope with that and still find trust and like strength in you to see and focus on better things. Otherwise, we're just enforcing our brain to only focus on the negative, and that does not serve us. Okay? We start forgetting great things in our life, no matter how small they are. We forget to be inviting that, those energies of gratitude that completely shifts our energetic output. um, when we are more grateful for small things, we kind of soften that energy and allow little and little by little things that we actually want in our life to come through. When we pay attention and we mark, like even mentally, start noticing, oh my gosh, today this positive little thing happened, right? Oh, my coworker bought me iced tea. How nice. Wow. Then we're retraining our brain to notice those little positive things, and then they're more likely to invite energetically positive things in our lives. What else? Deck number 3, card number 3, we want to receive. It's going to come through. I'm looking at my decks here to see what I'm pulled to pull next card for you from. Okay, I'm going to do this one. What else are you struggling with? What else? Deck number 3. Or maybe advice how to solve this, how to shift it at least. And you got bring balance. Look at her. Bring balance, deck number 3. It says, you're putting too much energy into something, creating lack somewhere else. Take action now to correct the situation or risk further imbalance, which could lead to undesired results. I like how moons are everywhere. Cycling. It's like a cycles for you. That's what I'm hearing. These are cycles. Obviously, we're up, sometimes we're down, sometimes we're somewhere in between. But the message of this card is that you're putting too much energy into something and you create luck somewhere else. So that negative thinking pulls your attention away from where you need to be nurturing, away from where you need to be paying more closer attention, away from something that really matters in your life currently. And that is not 100% good for what is happening for you. So it would be more beneficial if you're able to go back to something that you are not paying as much attention to because you're dragged out by negative, even like negative pour in into your life from news outlets, right? I remember having a partner who would literally burst into my room when I'm trying to do my thing and share the latest news that aggravated him and just pour that negativity. It always felt like energetic dump. I was just fine in my little peaceful garden, energetically speaking, doing my thing, and all of a sudden there's, this opening opens up and this dump of negative energy just goes, washes over me. He felt good releasing it, and then he would leave the room, and I'd be like, what just happened? I asked not to bother me. Like, my door was closed, and that even didn't stop that person. So we need to have discernment, certain discernment, when we are in a good energetic balance to look at the news without absorbing information too much. And when we are in more vulnerable states, then maybe it's not necessarily go and read into this, you know, absorb the information can really spiral us down and put us in the mood where we're like, well, then I don't want to go see my friend, or I don't want to then maybe play with my own children, or I don't do, just like, what's the point, right? So those like lower energies that I was talking about when it comes to the mood, for you, deck number 3, should pay attention where you are and what is in your life this week needs more of your loving attention and nurture. Okay, because you're being pulled away from it by by some of that negative thinking that affects your mood, affects your whole body chemistry. What else deck number 3 needs to know, Spirit? What is the message for them? What can they do to release that negativity, maybe? And I know that it works wonders on me where I can be out in the nature without anything else. So what else, deck number 3? Protection, cave. What did I just say? You need to protect your energy. You need to protect your peace, deck number 3. You need to go into some kind of disconnect from whatever you've been observing and letting into your life, and take break from it. And so that you can come to the balance and inner balance and hear your own voice and your own needs and who you are, and recharge, rebalance, so that you can put that energy once you back into that groundness, into whatever requires that nurturing energy of yours. And I feel like it's outside of you that is like right now hurt by lack of your attention due to your moods maybe being more in that negative space. Okay, so whatever you need to do where you feel like, whatever it is that makes you feel like uplifts your mood, some activity like connection to nature, closing access to yourself for a while. It could be 3 days, it could be a week, where you're like, you know what, I need this time to restore myself. And I feel that what the messages for you are, if you want to, of course, you don't have to listen to any of that, but if you want to try to shift that negative mindset, is to create that protection. It could be physical, where you say, I don't want to hang out with you people this week. Maybe I'll take some time off work. Maybe I'll book the vacation and go, or just pack up and go camping over the weekend, or whatever it might be that helps you to, it could be just as simple as like getting a book from the library. It doesn't have to cost anything. You can go to the library, get a book, and just escape in this world of fiction. But you are in this cave. You are in this cave where you're like, you know what, I'm not going to read news, I'm not going to do this or that. I'm just going to like just allow myself to be protected from outside influences, because it feels like you are struggling, because you're so open to it, and it just really put a giant like opening through your energetic protection and just pouring all that yucky stuff in, right? And once you find that time to dive deeper in self-care, into allowing the time for just yourself, even if it's just 2 hours a day where you can read that book or take that bath or whatever it might be that make you feel closer to being balanced, closer to feel grounded, where you feel after whatever that activity is, uplifting moods, where you feel lighter, where you feel more at peace, then I totally recommend you, deck number 3, to go into that space, create that protection of your energy so that you can find more balance. And when you find that balance, you can be there for whatever is required. And again, like I feel it is something with the maybe loved ones, it feels very close circle. Uh, and what the cards are saying, if you allow to yourself to continue to be in that negative loop, then it's just gonna play out probably not the way you really want. So you'll have more undesired results. So that's the message I have for you, deck number 3. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope you will have an amazing week besides what we discussed here. Energies are very fluid and they change, fast depending on what do you do with it, right? Anyways, thank you again for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon.